Even after The Beekeeper, I just don't see the appeal for Jason Statham. With the first action movie of 2024 in the books, Jason Statham is back on the big screen with The Beekeeper, a movie which is exactly what the title says. A beekeeper that protects the hive and protects it from the hornets. And if you think these analogies are bad, wait until you watch the movie.
I'm a beekeeper. I protect the hive. Sometimes I use fire to smoke out hornets.
I mean, this movie isn't the worst thing in the world, just because you can't really go in expecting anything, and coming out of it, I just felt the most generic action movie with, I guess, just interesting analogies attached for those obsessed with bees. Now, before I get into more of my thoughts on The Beekeeper, if you've seen it or want to check it out, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. But don't waste any more time, let's get right into it. I have to start off by just asking the question of, what the hell does Jason Statham even do? Because he is just an interesting human being. He goes by the name of Jason Statham, one that's plastered on posters. It's this big action name that people are like, I'm gonna go watch this new Jason Statham movie. It's not, I'm gonna go watch this new action movie. I'm not gonna go watch this new thriller, drama, horror, whatever the hell the genre is. I'm going to watch a Jason Statham movie. He is one of the few actors, in my opinion, that is just genrefied his own name. But I went through his entire filmography and I just don't understand what he brings to the table at all whatsoever. He's a buff, white guy, and those are the only attributes I can give him, because I don't think I've ever seen him act in a film ever. But for the people interested in this movie, I don't think that really matters, because I feel like if you're interested in The Beekeeper, you don't give a flying about the acting in it. You care more about the action. And going into the action, this is rated R, and though I don't think this movie calls for R-rated gore, it has it, and I think it added a little bit more fun to it because it was already so stupid, it was already so dumb, that the R-rated just makes it go over the next level. It just adds another bar to it, which, I won't lie, it was a fun addition, but definitely not necessary. The blood is over the top, but in those 1v1 scenarios, I think it really works. Towards the end, there's this really awesome 1v1 fight, very gory, very over the top. It's just stupid, dumb, cheesy Jason Statham stuff with more blood added to it, and it's okay. I don't really mind it. Honestly, I think the rated R rating for this film just becomes a box office hinder. It doesn't add anything to the story, and I think it's just gonna make less money because of it, so I don't really know why they did that. The gun stuff is average Jason Statham shit. Like, this is what you get in every one of his movies. Expendables, Man of Wrath, the Fortune one, Fast, whatever, all of these movies, it's the same Jason Statham stuff. Even the Meg movies, it's the same stuff. You know what you're getting in the action. And the only different thing here is, I think David Ayer has an interesting addition to this film in terms of the camera work. I think that is a cool addition, but other than that, it's the basic Jason Statham stuff. There's not much more to it. Now, as for the story, this is as basic as it gets. The trailer literally lays everything out for you. A beekeeper is avenging an old lady who got scammed, and that's what plays into all of the bee puns. It is the most just repetitive stuff. It's just annoying because the analogies between our society and the bee stuff, it's cool at first, but then it just gets like it's just super surface level, and it's not really interesting. It's just stupid to me. I don't really get it. Like, I mean, I get it, but it's just dumb. Anyways, a small little pro to this movie, I will say, I think the cast is at least slightly enjoyable, I guess. I think the most fun with this movie comes in with making fun of the story, characters, action, etc. There's just so many dumb decisions that, and I watched this at an early screener, basically empty theater in an IMAX theater. It was me, my brother, two people all the way down at our row, and then two people on the other row, and both sides of us, people were just laughing. Everyone was laughing their ass off during this movie, and not in a this is humorous way. It was in a this is so dumb, this is the stupidest movie, these characters keep making dumb decisions, or the plot is just progressing because of dumb things. That's what kind of laugh it was, and that tells you what type of movie this is. The most interesting aspect about this film to me was just Josh Hutcherson as the villain. I think it's an interesting enough villain choice. You usually don't see him in that type of role, so I thought that was really fun. He plays like this rich daddy's money type of thing, and I don't really like the scale that this movie gets to, but I enjoy Josh Hutcherson's role in it, so that's a pro to it. But the final thing I have to talk about is the screenplay. It's absolutely terrible in this film. This movie is corny, and not in like a campy way. I love how dumb like Wonka is, for example. It's like the stupidest shit you'll ever see on screen sometimes, and Timothy Chalamet will just be making the most wonkiest face of all time, but It's fun, it's sweet, it's cute. This movie is just so corny. Jason Statham could just look at the camera at this point and tell you an action dialogue, and you'll be like, yeah, that fits in this movie. I wasn't really a fan of the cuts, like I mentioned before. The editing is just so pretentious when it has no right to be. It's just annoying. The parallels are so obvious. The thing is, what I don't like about this movie is that the script makes the audience seem so dumb. Everything is laid out to the point where my 13-year-old brother next to me was just scoffing at how dumb everything was. And the final thing is, they throw around the F word in this movie like they just learned how to cuss. I swear to God, they said something along the lines of, get this motherfucker the f*** out of this f***ing building. 3 f***s in one sentence is crazy, especially from a Hollywood, like, that is just childish writing in my opinion. It's so lazy, it's so dumb. Everything about this movie is just stupid. I think I liked this movie before I started reviewing it in this video, because as I'm talking about it, I don't really know what I like. I mean, the action is chill, it's good, it's fine. I mentioned, it's just stupid, regular Jason Statham action. But other than that, it really brings nothing to the table in my opinion. It's just stupid, dumb action. For some people, it's fun. For me, it was entertaining at least. I think the campy, corny storyline works just enough for me to not be bored during the runtime. But if you know what you're getting with this movie, you might as well go watch it. If you're a fan of Jason Statham, you might as well go watch it. If you're a fan of Jason Statham type of movies, you might as well go watch this. But for the average moviegoer, spend your money on something else this weekend. Go watch Night Swim. Go watch fucking Wonka, The Color Purple. Godzilla -1 is still playing in theaters. Anyone But You. Watch anything but this damn movie, because it really just support other things that feel at least a little bit unique. We've seen this movie 100 times. This time they just put it in the case of a bee analogy throughout the entire film. But guys, I have some of my thoughts on The Beekeeper. I wasn't the biggest fan of this film. It's okay, it's alright. Overall, I'm going to give it like a 5.5 out of 10. Just a very mediocre action film. Again, if you've seen or want to check out this film, let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Subscribe for more movie reviews in 2024. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.